Hello everyone, welcome to Week in Geek, our little series meant to help you keep up to date with the happenings of the past week when it comes to our geeky little interests. So, let's begin. The age of isekai anime seems to be far from over. In fact, what seems to be happening is the age of isekai sequels and sometimes even remakes seems to be here. Though, one thing I'm pretty happy about is the fact that Log Horizon Season 3 is finally happening. Since it's been forever, allow me to refresh your memory. Log Horizon is one of those online players trapped in an online world or other video gamey world stories, but written by the same guy who wrote Spice and Wolf. So rather than focusing on powers and game systems, there's a more political, social, and economic dimension to the storytelling. I know it's probably not one of the more popular titles, but having this great world built up around it, along with a vast cast of characters whose stories intertwine, I'm really all for that. Though I am a little worried, a lot worried about the fact that Studio Dean is behind this, since Studio Dean was also behind the lackluster Season 2. But hey, they did say this animation studio tends to be 50-50, so maybe it'll go the other way this time and actually be good. And I'm going to watch it when October comes and decide for myself then. For those of you who weren't happy with how the latest Pokemon games played out, like me for example, you can maybe try your hands on the new title that just came on early access recently. It's called Temtem. It's a very Pokemon-like game that looks like an updated version of Neopets and is also developed by the independent studio Crema. The core of the game is a turn-based battle where your portable monsters, or Temtem, have their own attributes and affinities that's already set up within their own game, and it's actually stated on the wiki. Some things that seem to stand out from the game is the fact that you can play the story together with other players as they can accompany you throughout the game and even play co-op battles. According to the FAQ, there's a bunch of other features they're planning to put out like minigames, mounts, and more, but they don't want to say anything concrete until they are ready to show them off. Temtem had been successfully kickstarted back in 2018, so the only way for you to back or get access to the game now is by buying early access, where they have currently 76 of the 161 currently planned Temtem available. In yet another case of nice things Japan has that we're finally getting, the popular Gundam arcade game Gundam Xtreme vs Maxi Boost On is finally coming to PS4 and beyond Japanese shores. Yes, finally gaming and mecha fans have been waiting for this for some time now, perhaps with a longing that's even longer than the title of this game. Seriously. Anyway, we have confirmation that the once arcade-only title will be coming to PS4, and it already feels like a much better game than the Gundam Versus that came out on the same console a few years ago, despite being a much older release. It looks like it'll have the traditional split-screen action that most players seem to enjoy, and hopefully we may be getting online functionality into it, along with, of course, the vast array of mobile suits available without having to buy DLC. Sometimes it's nice to see that anything is possible. Everyone's favorite anime studio Ghibli will soon have its films ready to stream pretty much anywhere with Netflix. Originally, the 21 films from this widely acclaimed studio can only be streamed in the USA, Canada, and Japan. But starting February 2020, the first batch of their movies will be dropping for all the world to see. A new batch will come for the next 3 months until the collection is completed for Netflix. So you'll be able to see amazing classics like Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, and My Neighbor Totoro, which never seems to run out of merchandise or run out of relevance. Fortunately or unfortunately, Grave of the Fireflies will not be joining this amazing library, as the broadcasting rights for that film isn't solely in control by Studio Ghibli. Still, if I were to name any anime film that's worth watching, this Ghibli collection will instantly tell you that there's at least 21 anime films worth watching, and I personally recommend that you do so we can be friends. Lastly, Evo Japan just concluded, and for those who are not in the know, Evo is a brand that is tied to a huge fighting game tournament, and their Japanese chapter did not disappoint. Taking place where 100 random people from any arcade can be better than me at fighting games, the competition was more than intense. Prizes are a little different thanks to the restrictions placed by local laws of that country, but we still have a massive attendance, with at least 200 to 300 players in each of the major games announced, but with a standout attendance for Tekken 7 and Street Fighter 5 having 500 to 1,000 participants respectively. Philippine representation is also present within some of the bigger games, with some placing relatively high. Playbook's representatives Dojin and AK managed to rank in Tekken 7, however, competition proved to be much more than intense this year as either player failed to make it to the top 8. The unfortunate truth of a tournament is that there'll always be winners and losers, so you gotta deal with that sometimes. Here's to hoping that our finest gamers out there like Dojin and AK continue fighting to reach the top despite having rough losses here and there. And with that, you're all caught up. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this kind of work, please do like it or share it. That tells us that we're doing a good job. We will continue to make these weekly roundups of stories, so if there's a story that you'd like us to feature, maybe you can send us a message through Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. You can also find us on our very own website, raymarufiles.com, where we post everything. So again, hope you enjoyed that, and we will see you again next time.